Welcome to Place Name Here. I'm your host, Sean Miller. With me in the studio is Anthony Dalton. You didn't say your name.
I was supposed to say my name.
Perhaps. Well, anyway, we're back. Place Name Here, the radio show, radio drama.
Was that NPR voice? What was that?
That was my NPR voice.
The smooth sounds of jazz.
PNH. This is PNH Radio.
You have to just talk into the radio like you've been on a 12-hour bender. And we're going to be listening to...
We're going to be listening to the midnight sounds of...
The sultry sounds of
the
Teddy
midnight
Pendergrass.
sounds.
Close the door.
The midnight sounds.
Oh, boy.
Oh, what was our topic going to be, Tony?
You really think that we would do some planning, but we never do. So
I actually decided I'm actually sitting at a table now.
Oh.
Instead of on my couch. That way I can get right up on the mic.
Yeah. All up in it.
I do want to say, if I could say just one thing, I'm not very, and I will say more than one thing, but if I could say just one thing,
yeah,
I would wish you a diamond ring. No. I updated my iPad 2 with the latest OS, and it's totally screwed it.
It's
totally
boned.
ruined. It's finally the
Boned.
last update that it can do.
Boned.
And my iPad 2 is basically, it's not bricked, but it's pretty darn close to being bricked.
Mm-hmm. It's like they want you to do that.
It's, what's really funny is that I was an early adopter to the iPad craze, and I had bought the 64 gig Wi-Fi only iPad 1.
Oh boy.
And I even got it engraved.
Oh my goodness.
Which is ridiculous. That was basically good for like 6 months, that device. No camera. It was basically a cash register.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, it was not a creation device. But interestingly enough, it because it was their old architecture for the hardware, it basically reached a point where it could no longer even receive updates.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
What's funny about that is that although some of the apps crash because they need to be updated, as a device, it still functions perfectly fine because the OS isn't too much for its own processors to handle, which is basically what Apple does with their new methodology is, we'll give you a free OS update because basically it'll brick your phone or your iPad or your iPod, and
allegedly
you'll have to buy a new one.
Allegedly, this is what they do. We can't confirm this.
We can't confirm that, but it's alleged.
Allegedly.
It's on a ledger. It's on a ledge.
Aren't we all?
So, yes, because they're going to come back and they say, we don't do that, even though it's exactly what we do.
Yes, Apple is going to listen to our podcast and just
that'd be good.
Well, sirs, we never did that.
Prove it to me, Apple. Prove that you're not doing that. I've got an iPad 2 that is perfect proof of that. The one that worked totally fine until the update was put on there. So it shouldn't even have allowed it if it wasn't going to operate properly. So this is my first-hand account. It's not alleged. It's just my first-hand account. Can't argue with my first-hand account or my second-hand account or my third-hand account.
Your second-hand account.
It's like a second-hand account. It's what I use for downloading those apps that I don't want anybody to know about.
Oh.
Like Candy Crush.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that.
Are there dirty apps? I didn't even know. Oh God,
yeah. Not on the Apple Store, but you can.
No, right.
Really?
You have to have a jailbroken phone or something.
I don't know. There's some video games out there that they're very risque. So, and somehow they're on there. That's a word. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Risque.
I like to take risques. I'm the kind of guy who takes risques.
You have a risque of me in your closet upstairs.
I do, actually. You're right.
That's a real thing. Draw me like
it's not in my closet. It's behind my CRT television.
And your Velvet Jesus.
It is behind a Velvet Jesus. That is very true.
It's where I belong.
Tony belongs behind a Velvet Jesus. That is all the context you'll ever need.
Fantastic context.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good reaction to that.
Wait, whoa. What was that sound? I don't think if we were visible to our audience, I'm not sure that would sound as interesting. So you were saying you were having a bad day.
Yeah.
You want to talk about your bad day, Tony?
Well, the latest.
I feel like you're a caller calling in on a on a helpline because you're not here.
My washer broke.
Your washer broke.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I tried to repair it.
Ooh. How'd that go?
It's funny because I thought I knew exactly what the problem is, but I even said if it's not that, it's probably the motor or it's, the capacitor on it's bad, and I'm not replacing those. It's a 20-year-old washer, so it is lived a good life. But there was quite a bit of water still in the pump. And now it is all over me and my basement floor.
Oh, good.
And that happened about 5 minutes before I got on Skype.
Wow.
So now I have to get a new washer.
So you're wet and you're hysterical.
No, I'm wet and you're hysterical.
Oh. You're wet. No, touche. You're hysterical.
So the problem is that I live in an old house, so I can only buy a certain size of washer. Yeah. And apparently the model that was down there 20 years ago, Sears, was awesome.
Oh.
And they actually took apart they took apart the entire washer to take it down the steps to the basement and then reassembled it. So nobody's going to do that anymore. So
it had to be taken apart to be put in your basement?
Yeah, the door frame of the basement is 26 inches wide. Most washers are about 27, 28 inches wide.
Wow.
So
it's not a standard door frame.
No, it's an
old school house.
Old house.
Non-standard.
No. So I need to find a washer that is 26 inches or under.
I think they make things like that for small places.
They do for like
apartments
and things like that. But I'm finding that the smaller that they are, the more they are. Oh yeah, they're like over $1,000.
Yeah, they make those like apartment ones, which is like an over/under, a washer and a dryer in like a single tower.
Dryer works great. That one I've kept in pretty good repair, and I've repaired this washer about 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
So it's finally done. It's finally toast. The motor must have burned up or something, and it's just not worth the time and hassle to replace it. So
you need a knockdown washer. You need a washer that you can take apart easily.
Well, I can take this
IKEA
washer apart.
Oh, I wonder if they're like that at IKEA.
I would never be able to get them back together. The directions would be in Swedish, so
it's true.
Or Swedish English.
Billy the bookcase. I love you, Billy.
So yeah, that's what I came home to do today, and now it's just like, oh, okay, well.
So you have dirty. Basically, the long story short is you have dirty undies. The whites.
Pretty close right now.
You need me to? I mean, I guess that's the downside of doing the podcast. The Pod Cross Town cast is that you can't borrow any of my undies.
Oh, see, I think I would stretch the yours out.
Oh, perhaps. I have my older ones.
Oh well. Wait,
hold on to this
stuff. Briefs, boxers, or boxer briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Okay, good. We're on the same yes. Flap there.
Keeps everything in place without the chafe.
Yeah. Today on Place Name Hero, we talk about
Boxer
our undergarments.
Boxer shorts just don't make any sense.
No, I wore those for about like a week and then had gym class. So.
Just for those of you who can't picture this enough,
don't.
Picture a basket of fruit.
Dodgeball.
Oh yes. I really, really intended to come up with a topic to talk about.
I think we're doing pretty good, though.
We're doing all right. If I do say so, we're doing okay. If I do say so myself.
You did, so it's okay.
I did. It is okay.
Mm-hmm.
How about them Brooklyn Dodgers? How are they doing?
You said that last week. You can't repeat jokes.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I did not say that last
It
week.
was either last week or the week before, but I know
I know I've made that joke before, but not last week.
It's the week before, so it doesn't
Here, let's open
count.
up my NASA app and see what we can learn from NASA.
Are you literally just going to start opening apps just to pad this out?
Well, I want to see how badly. I can't even open my stupid NASA app.
Oh, you're on your iPad.
Man. Yeah.
Your iPad.
The item you requested could not be downloaded. Cosmic Blast. I can't look at a Cosmic Blast.
No. So on a
It's a
completely
Capri Sun flavor.
Oh, there you go. On a completely unrelated note, I'm pretty sure that I may have told you this today, but I'm going to say it for the rest of the audience. My wife has a very unique way of saying or asking if I'm going to be doing the show with you tonight.
Oh, yes.
By basically just saying, Tony, so you and Sean, you're going to cast your pod tonight?
Yeah, that's a really interesting way of saying it.
Yeah. Just mixed company. Probably not the best thing to say, but
Yeah. Mixed doubles.
now I want McDonald's. It's your fault.
Triple eruption.
What are you doing?
This is pictures of.
Are you looking up the X-rated
apps? There's a picture of
apps?
astral bodies
You are looking up the X-rated apps.
from NASA.
Astral bodies from NASA.
Whoa! Triple eruption. Hubble's world. The moving shoreline. Wait, that's
all
Black
of
Hole
these,
Sun.
all of these can be.
Mapping soil moisture.
Oh my! Yeah, that could be. That could be. I could see
Amazing universe. Now they're just getting
that. Now
the
they're
cloud
getting
connection.
Now what?
The cloud connection.
Oh boy!
That's a good image. Orbiting Carbon Observatory 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Monitoring air quality. Space Invader. These are great.
Really?
You can't see these images, but if you get the NASA Visualization Explorer app for your iPad 2,
All of
you
this.
can see these things. The gamma ray sky.
This all just sounds like high class porn.
It very well. I mean, it is. If you're an
NASA.
astrophysicist, it is probably on par with pornography.
Yeah.
Discover Mercury. Galaxy panorama. Understanding that when you El Nino watch. I don't know if I like that one as a dirty name. The subheading is the U.S. in store for the biggest El Nino since 1997. Oh, God, I don't want a big El Nino.
97 was a good year.
Creating gas giants.
Mm.
This is a never-ending.
You're just infinite scrolling.
Unstoppable. That's the next one. Unstoppable.
Okay, I think we're done here.
And it's an image of a glacier.
So, enough with your NASA app.
No. More NASA app.
No. We've reached our limit.
Okay. You're right.
Close her out. Like you always do.
I closed it out.
No, I meant the show. The thing that we're doing.
Oh, we're done with the show?
Yeah, we're past 15 minutes.
Oh, geez. Podcasting.
Yeah.
I was talking about that, though. We could probably go longer because it's a podcast.
Oh, we could go hours, but nobody would listen to us.
They could. I mean, you might have a long commute, and you might want to hear some bald guys talk into microphones, and the baldness of our heads is hardly relevant when you can only hear our voices. But you can hear the baldness.
Cross.
I have to say, speaking of things that you can't see, a couple place name years ago, you dressed up as me, Tony,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you remember that, you
was
can
a
go back to
while
the
ago.
episode. I don't remember which episode it is, but
Way to do your research.
I saved the way to do the research of my own stuff.
Yeah.
I saved an image from that where Tony was dressed just like me,
Mhm.
and I put it on my Facebook page. And actually, that was a long time ago at this point. Maybe not
That
a whole
was
year
a
ago, but
while
at least 6 months ago. And recently, I've had a lot of people who I guess have finally noticed that picture on my Facebook page and have been asking me if I have a twin brother. Like a lot of people.
I don't
And
look
I'm
that
just like,
much
it
like you.
is like the fakest red hair, like the tattoo. And also they're like, well, I saw the red hair and the beard and the tattoos. And I'm like, yes, because if I have a twin brother, we're going to get tattoos on our forearms that are identical. Because that makes sense. And I'm like, and then and these people are people who know you, Tony. This is the thing
Oh
that
my
kills me about it. And then I say, it's actually Tony. And they're like, really? It looks like your twin brother.
You're gonna have to tell me off air who that was. Off air,
Yeah, I will
off
tell you, I
recording.
will.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. But I'm like completely dumbfounded by it. And what the funniest thing about it is the picture is super old. Like it's not.
No.
I didn't just post it on my Facebook. In fact, it's not even.
That means somebody was
it-
stalking your stuff on Facebook.
Oh. Well, on that note,
On that note, I think we're done.
we can wrap this thing up at 18, 46, 47, 40. I mean,
Yeah.
if I keep saying the numbers,
There's some trailer at the
it's gonna
beginning.
keep
or
going higher.
header, not trailer.
So remember to subscribe, and if you have any place where you think it'd be a good place to actually house Place Name Here, the podcast, so you can download it, and that doesn't cost any money, other than YouTube, please feel free to make your suggestions in the comments below. But until next week, we bid you a fond farewell.